So I've been looking the way, and again, this is from Randy, the guy who, this is not my profession. This is not my area of expertise, even though I'm, you know, part of the group that's going to write a book on AI. I am going to be heavily leaning on what you guys have taught me and also trying to stay in my lane with regard to it. But I've looked at Grok so far. I looked at XAI so far as being more of a hammer, and the hammer might have been enough to get to AGI before anybody else, or to get to artificial superintelligence, or to the singularity or whatever over these next few years. First, just by having the kind of compute that they did. This was new to me. Maybe it wasn't new to you, that they're using the cloud for their everything. In other words, they're using 100% of the compute just for training. Yeah.
Yeah. It's two different things. It's like, you're not going to use your Lamborghini, Ferrari to do your everyday driving, right? It's a special vehicle used for special times for certain type of things.
Yeah.
But you'll use your Honda Civic, your Ford Escape, your Model 3, Model Y. Those are nice everyday drivers, right? So with maybe that's not even the best example, but let's actually change this. Let's use the example. You're not going to use your F-350 as your everyday driver. Just go get groceries. That doesn't make sense, right? You'll use your Model Y for that. But when you need to do some big lifting, when you need to really move something, when you've got a lot of load to get from point A to point B, when you're hauling a 100-ton crane, you're not going to use your Model Y for that. You're going to use that F-350. What Tesla's building with these major super clusters, that's the F-350. All right. So that is specifically made for that. You would never use that for just, hey, Randy wants to go and ask Grok a question. That is just very cheap interface compute. That's pretty effortless, right? Think about it this way. Our cars, our Tesla FSD cars, we have the inference computers inside them. You're not going to use that to train, right? You don't need special cooling for that. You don't need to have like a special set of memory and storage for, like, you just don't, right? What we have is to actually run the thing that has done being trained. We just run the software. What they're doing with Colossus, or I forget what the other one's called, Cortex, they're actually doing the heavy lifting, the brute training. So it's two whole different things. You have training compute, you have inference compute. The inference compute is just to run the software, essentially.
Okay.
The training compute, that's your F-350. That's your semis. That's your big boys. And to use a semi truck, a F-350 to go pick up some groceries, it makes zero sense.